Okay, so welcome to Movement ABC's class number 3. Today we're going to talk about the shoulders. And so we're going to work on what's called scapular stability and mobility. So your scapula are your shoulder blades. And one of the kind of focuses is to learn to move your humerus, which is your main arm bone, upper arm bone, with your shoulder blade. So typically we have kind of a frozen point in the back where we just move our arms alone. And so you'll see how we're going to work together to bring more mobility into the scapula. The reason for this is a lot of shoulder injuries can happen because of weak scapular muscles. And so learning stability in the shoulder joints or the shoulder complex and also strengthening the back can help avoid injury. And also it can help correct our posture. So most of us tend to have a forward slump to our shoulders. In our natural position, the arm bone kind of goes forward. One of the reasons for this is we spend, so like my shoulders naturally are like this. Sitting up more straight, they'd be like this. But most of us grow up sitting at desks or over tables and chairs, reading books. We're just doing things all the time where we're leaning forward. And so that's the way our shoulders set. But eventually that can cause a lot of stiffness in the traps or the neck and cause us to lift things so that it puts even more pressure there instead of being able to stay upright. So why don't we go ahead and begin? You can move on to your mat if you're not there already. And we'll just begin seated. You will want a strap today or some sort of scarf or belt. So if you don't have that with you, you can go ahead and grab it. And then just sit in a position that's comfortable for you. If cross-legged works, you can do that. Sitting up on a block or a pillow can help stiffness in the legs. And if cross-legged is hard, some people like to sit on a block in balasana, it's called in yoga, but just with your shins under you. You could also sit in a chair if that's more comfortable, especially for this first part. So go ahead and bring your awareness to your breath. Letting your eyes fix on a point softly or closing them if you'd like. Beginning to just listen to your gentle inhale and exhale. Quieting your mind and bringing your awareness to your body. To sit and know that you are sitting. And listening to your inhale and exhale. As thoughts enter your mind about things you did this morning or things you need to do this afternoon, you can simply note them. Note them as planning or worrying, and then just let them be for now. And bring your attention back to your breath. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. We'll take a minute to map out the shoulder complex or the points that we're going to look at today. You can keep your eyes closed if you'd like or open them, but go ahead and bring your hands to your collarbones and just feel where your collarbones are, where they start and where they end. And maybe give yourself a little massage right underneath them into the muscles there. And then make your way to your shoulder joint where your upper arm bone attaches to the collarbones. And take a minute to just massage into there in a way that feels comfortable for you. And then if you can, try to reach back and touch any parts of your shoulder blade that you can. Reach behind your back, maybe with the opposite arm. And just notice where that is and kind of hug the side of your body, giving yourself a little massage in the back there. And then let your arms come back to your sides. Gently inhale and exhale all the way out. And think about trying to bring space in between your collarbones, as if you were trying to just spread them apart a little bit. Maybe as you do this, you notice what your scapula do as they pull closer to your spine. Inhale and exhale, and let your spine grow tall towards the ceiling. Chin is slightly tucked. Staying in that position, let your palms face up to the ceiling with your arms a little bit out in front of you. And really reach your arms out without moving your shoulders or, bending over like this, but just staying in the aligned position that we just set up. Reaching your arms out and letting them lift up towards the ceiling with palms up, like you are holding a big platter. Slowly up as far as you can go without popping out your chest or doing any other movements to try and get your arms up. And then slowly bring them back down. Think about something really heavy being in your arms, like you have to hold it up as you lower your hands down. Bringing your hands back beside you. Shake them out a little bit. And then again, reestablish a little bit of space in between your collarbones and let your shoulder blades gently hug your spine. Reach out in front of you with your palms faced up and slowly lift your arms up. Like you're lifting something heavy, trying to get it as high as you can go without popping out your chest. The face is relaxed. Just your arms are lifting. And then slowly bring them back down, lowering that heavy object. Reaching the arms out, spreading the palms wide. And then coming all the way down. Now with your palms still facing up, we'll do the same thing, bringing space to your collarbone again, and then lifting your arms out to the side. Like you have a heavy ball in each hand that you're trying to lift up to the ceiling. The ribs are down, not popping out. Hold, and then slowly bring those heavy objects back down. Inhale and exhale out. You can let your arms drape to the side and then let your right ear fall towards your right shoulder. Chin is slightly tucked and your ear is just over your shoulder. Now, turn your chin towards your right shoulder while keeping your ear over your shoulder. And then raise the chin up towards the left side, ear staying over your shoulder. And then bring it back down the same way, kind of like you're trying to draw a diagonal in this air with your chin. Ear stays over the shoulder, And you go up to the left with your chin, and then chin comes down to the right. Continue in that motion for about 3 more times, keeping your face relaxed. Your shoulders are relaxed. And you're just doing the gentle neck movements. Ear stays over your shoulder as your chin moves in a diagonal. Next time you come down to your right shoulder, come back to center, and then let your left ear drop towards your left shoulder. We'll do the same motion on the other side, bringing your chin down towards your left shoulder, and then drawing a diagonal up to the right. Ear stays over the shoulder the whole time, and the shoulders are relaxed. Your face is relaxed. And the movement is slow and gentle. So chin comes down towards the left shoulder, and then chin goes up to the right side. Let's do a couple more. And then the next time that you're down towards the left shoulder, come back to center. This time, turn your face to the right as your chin stays slightly tucked, looking as far as you can over your right shoulder. And then tuck the chin down, rolling your head forward, and look over to the left. Tuck the chin down, rolling your head forward and to the right. And then tuck the chin down, rolling your head forward to the left. Come back to center. And this time, tuck, if you're able, tuck your left arm behind your back. And then let your right ear drop towards the right shoulder. Notice if that gives you a deeper stretch on your the left side of your neck. And as you bring your chin towards your right shoulder, open and close your jaw. You can open and close it a few times, and even let it go side to side, giving you a stretch in those facial muscles. Come back to center. Inhale, exhale fully, let the shoulders relax, and bring your right arm behind your back. And then we'll drop the left ear to the left shoulder and bring your chin back down, and then open and close your jaw on the other side. Inhale and exhale to come back to center. You can kind of shake your arms out, roll your shoulders, and go ahead and pick up your strap or scarf. And you're going to hold your strap a little bit out in front of you, just a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Let the spine grow tall, like it's reaching up towards the ceiling without popping out your chest. And as you reach your arms out, pull the strap gently, like you're trying to kind of gently tear it apart. You can feel that tension in your arms. Keep that tension on the strap as you slowly lift up over your head. Go as high as you can without popping out your chest or doing any hip or neck movements to try and get the strap higher. Continue to pull on the strap with both hands, and then slowly move the strap back down. Inhale and exhale. Pull the strap apart and begin raising your arms up again. This time, try to lift the strap by moving your shoulder blades along with your arm bone, letting them rise up, pulling on the strap gently. Inhale and exhale fully, and then bring the strap back down. Thinking about joining your shoulder blades with the movement. This time you're gonna, again, pull on the strap, lift the strap up to about shoulder height. Continue to pull on that strap, and then hug your shoulder blades together against your spine so that your arms go back without bending your elbows. And then spread your shoulder blades apart, letting the strap go forward more. Again, hug your shoulder blades together. Here they're in the retracted position. And then spread your shoulder blades apart, letting the strap go forward. Continue to pull on the strap gently, like you're trying to tear it apart. And again, hug your shoulder blades together and then spread them apart. Bring the strap back down, roll out your shoulders, and take a deep breath. You can set your strap down for now and come on hands and knees into tabletop position. And from here, knees are about hips width apart. Hands are placed on the mat about shoulder width apart. Press your hands into the mat to spread the shoulder blades wide. And then turn your elbows towards the wall in front of you. So I'm going to turn around so you can see my arms a little bit better. Normally, the elbow pits would be kind of facing each other, but you want to rotate your arm bones so that your elbow pits are facing forward. This gives you better stability in your shoulders. You also can think about hollowing out the armpits. So there's like a deeper hole in there. So we want to keep that position without really, there can be a slight bend in your elbows, but they're not very bent. Spread the shoulder blades wide, let the elbow pits face forward, and then hug your shoulder blades together like we just did with the strap. And then spread the shoulder blades apart. Hug the shoulder blades together and spread the shoulder blades apart. So it's a very small movement. It's kind of hard to see, but these are called scapular push-ups. Try to keep your spine straight and long, not arching in your back or rounding. And continue to hug the shoulder blades together and then spread them apart. Inhale and exhale as you experiment with the movement. The next time you're in the retracted position, hugging the shoulder blades together, see if you can move the shoulder blades up your spine, staying in that position, and then press your hands into the mat to spread them wide and move the shoulder blades down your spine, and then back into the retracted position. Again, bring the shoulder blades up your spine, and then press your hands into the mat to spread them apart, and then bring them down your spine. By repeating this, we do scapular circles, and it can feel really weird when you first start trying to do it. But this is great mobility for your shoulders, your whole shoulder complex. So you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Try to bring them up your spine. Press your hands into the mat to spread your shoulder blades apart and bring them down your spine. And then back into the retracted position and continuing with the circles. Then you can reverse the direction by pressing into the mat to spread the shoulder blades wide and then moving them up your spine, coming back down into the retracted position, and then moving them down. And if it's too hard to get all four of those things together, you could just continue to hug the shoulder blades together and spread them apart. Elbow pits continue to face forward. And all the movement is right in your back, not in your elbows or your wrists. Do a couple more circles. And then press your hands into the mat to spread the shoulder blades wide. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, tuck your toes and press back into downward dog. Can paddle out the feet. This is our first downward dog. Getting a nice stretch in the calves. And then come back down to tabletop. Reestablish that position with your elbow pits forward and your shoulder blades spread apart. And then tuck your toes again to press back into downward dog and try to keep that position as you go into your downward dog form. You might not be able to go as far back when your shoulders are in this stable position. Notice if that feels any different. You can come in and out of it, reestablishing your form. And then keeping your shoulders in that position, come forward into plank. Inhale and exhale and press back into downward dog. Being mindful of that shoulder position the whole time. Forward into plank. Back into downward dog. Forward into plank. Back into downward dog. And then the next time as you come forward, bring your right foot forward in between both hands. And let your left knee come down to the mat. Inhale and exhale fully. Press your right foot into the mat to stabilize your leg. And bring your left hand a little bit further out towards the side of the mat. Really press your left hand into the mat to stabilize that shoulder. So now your right foot and your left hand are pressing into the mat and your left knee is down. Reach your right arm forward out in front of you and then lift it up to the ceiling to create a circle behind you, down, and then forward again. Again, think about the movement coming from your shoulder blade as you reach your hand forward, up to the sky, behind you, and back down. See if you can feel the movement in your back. Continue to press your right foot into the mat for stability and your left hand firmly into the mat to stabilize your shoulder. Continuing with circles in that way. Inhaling, exhaling. Let's give it one more circle. Bring your right hand next to your right foot. Step your foot back and into downward dog again. Reestablish the stability in your shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Come forward into plank. Press back into downward dog. Inhale and exhale to step your left foot forward. And we'll repeat on the other side, bringing your right knee down to the mat, pressing into the mat with your left foot, and bringing your right hand towards the outer side of the mat. Press your right hand into the mat to stabilize the shoulder and turn that elbow pit forward. Reach your left hand forward in front of you and then up to the ceiling and back behind you. Giving yourself a nice scapular circle on this side. Notice how the shoulder blade moves with your arm. Keep your face relaxed and press into the mat with that left foot and with your right hand. You can inhale as your arm raises up over you and exhale as it comes back down. Let's do 2 more. And then bring your left hand next to your left foot, step back and into downward dog again. Inhale and exhale, coming forward into plank and dropping your left knee down so that you can rotate into a side plank. So left hand presses into the mat and your right leg is extended fully. You can lift your right arm to extend towards the ceiling. And stay like this if that is good for you, or you could also extend the left leg coming into a full side plank. Reach your arm up towards the ceiling or out in front of you and press into the mat with your left hand to keep a stable shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Try and relax your face. Bring your right hand back down. Press back into downward dog. Inhale and exhale. And then come forward and we'll turn to the other side. So you can begin with your right hand pressing into the mat and the right knee down, extending your left leg and reaching up over your head. If you feel comfortable like this and want to go further, you can also extend the right leg into a full side plank. Really press into the mat with that grounded hand with your right hand to keep your shoulders stable. And lift from your right hip up. Inhale and exhale fully. Take another inhale and exhale as you lower your left hand down and come back into downward dog. Bring your knees back down to the mat and go ahead and grab your strap again. And then step your right foot forward into a lunge and extend your left leg back with your knee lifted up. Inhale and exhale. And then come all the way up. Press your right foot into the mat to lift your torso up. And you come into a high lunge. holding your strap and letting your left knee bend so that you're in that kind of 90 degree angle in your lunge. Really press into the mat with your right foot and with your left foot, stabilizing your hip joints. And then take your strap and reach it out in front of you like we did when we were sitting. Gently tug on the strap as if you were ripping it apart. And then straighten your left leg so that the strap reaches forward. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then bend the left knee as you raise your torso up and the strap comes above you. So your spine stays straight and long the whole time as you straighten your left leg to bring the strap out in front of you and your torso leans forward. And then you bend the left leg to bring your whole torso back up. The strap continues to reach above you. Gently pull on the strap, bringing stability to your shoulders. Straighten the left leg to reach forward. The strap goes in front of you, over your head, and then bend the left leg to bring your torso back up. Continue in this motion for about 3 more times. Straightening and bending the left leg. Everything else kind of stays the same. And you're using your core to bring your whole torso back up. The next time you are in the upward position, bring your strap down and step your left foot forward. So you're just standing at the front of the mat. Inhale and exhale. Bring your weight into your left foot as you reach your right foot back into the lunge. Bend the right knee so that you're in the 90-degree angle on each leg. Really press into the mat with both feet. Reach the strap out in front of you and straighten your right leg so that your torso moves forward and the strap moves forward in front of you. Press into the mat with the left leg and bend your right knee so that your torso comes back up and the strap goes over your head. So the core is strong and stable throughout this motion. And you're using your leg to straighten, move your torso forward, and then bend to move your torso back up. Continue with this motion, paying attention to your breath, keeping your face relaxed, trying not to scrunch your shoulders up towards your ear, but continuing to try and pull that strap apart the whole time. Let's do 3 more. If you lose your balance, just come right back to it. And then when you're in the upward position, bring the strap down and step back forward. Inhale and exhale. Reach your strap back out in front of you, gently tugging it apart, and bring your hips back into a squat. Keep your weight back in your heels and your toes on the ground as you hold the squat or the chair position. Reach the strap forward and continue to pull on it. Inhale and exhale to stand back up. And then this time, you're going to take the strap with palms facing forward and bring it behind you. So strap is behind you, palms are facing forward. And again, you're going to gently tug on the strap like you're trying to pull it apart. And try to lift your arms behind you as far as they can go without popping out your chest. Bringing space between your collarbones. Inhale 360 degrees to fill the rib cage. And then exhale back out. Again, full inhale to fill the rib cage. And exhale back out. And then release the strap. You can set it down for now next to you. Maybe give the shoulders a shake. Take a deep breath. And then we're going to come back down to the mat and lower yourself all the way down to lying down, however that works best for you. You still want your strap, so don't let it go too far. Once you're lying down on the mat, feet are flat on the floor, knees are bent, about hips width apart. Let yourself breathe slowly, getting used to being down on the ground now. And establish a neutral spine. So press your lower back into the mat and then tilt your tailbone to bring an arch to your lower back. And find the position right in between both of those that's neutral, where there's a little bit of space between the ground and your lower back. Inhale and exhale. And then again, take your strap and hold it out in front of you, about shoulder width apart. So it's up in the air, about shoulder width apart, knees are bent. Tug on the strap again. And lift your right shoulder blade up off the mat so that you tilt, both arms tilt to the left side. Both hips are still on the mat. Reach as far as you can, giving a nice stretch to the right side. And then bring your right shoulder back down. And lift your left shoulder blade off the mat. Continue to pull on the strap. Both hips are on the ground. Inhale and exhale. Place your shoulder blade back down. Let's take an inhale and an exhale with both shoulder blades on the ground. And then with your next exhale, lift your right shoulder blade up off the ground while tugging on the strap. Try to tug with your right arm so that the strap doesn't just fall to the left side. Inhale, exhale back to center. And then lift your left shoulder blade up off the mat, pulling on the strap. Try to pull a little more with your left side so that the strap doesn't just fall to the right. Inhale, exhale back to center. And we'll go to the other side one more time. Pulling on the strap, lifting your right shoulder blade up off the mat. And pulling the strap a little more to the right. Inhale, exhale back to center. And then lift your left shoulder blade up off the mat. Coming to the right side and pulling gently with the left hand so you get a tug on the left side. On your next exhale, come back to center. Bring the strap down, but don't let it go yet. Let your shoulder blades relax into the mat. Take a deep inhale and exhale all the way out. Take another breath here to start to bring your heart rate down. But we still have one more move. This time, lift the strap up over your chest again. So arms are up in front of you, gently pulling on the strap, and then press both feet into the floor to bring your hips up a little bit off the floor into a very low bridge form. Press your feet into the mat and reach your arms up, tugging on the strap. Think about your heels sliding towards your buttocks, but don't actually move your feet. And then bring your hips back down. Bring the strap back down. Inhale and exhale fully. Bring the strap back up over your chest. Tug on the strap. Press your feet into the mat to bring your hips back up into a bridge form. Think about sliding your heels towards your buttocks, really activating the glutes and the hamstrings. Try not to splay your knees out, but keep them about hips width apart. And then as you tug on the strap, bring it up over your head, reaching above you. Don't let it touch the floor as you reach above your head, but as you bring it back up towards the ceiling, bring your hips back down to the ground, and the strap comes all the way down with it. And then raise the strap back up, press into your heels to bring your hips back up, and bring the strap all the way over your head, but don't let it touch the floor. Reach and pull the strap apart, press into those heels, and then bring the strap back over your head and lower your hips down. Inhale to touch your tailbone back to the ground, and as you exhale, press your feet into the mat, bring the strap back up over your head, ripping that strap apart, keeping both feet on the floor and pressing your heels into the ground. And then let the strap rise over your head, bringing your hips back down. See if you can do 3 more of those together. As you come up into the bridge, the strap goes over your head but doesn't touch the floor, keeping a gentle grip on the mat. Try to keep your face relaxed. Try not to scrunch your shoulders up towards your ears. Hips come up, strap comes up. Let's do 1 more. And then bringing hips down, arms down, you can release the strap. Set it down next to you. Let your shoulders relax back into the mat. And bring your knees towards your chest. You can hold on to them if you like to kind of hug your knees in. And even roll side to side. Inhale and exhale fully. You can place your Feet back on the floor. And spread the feet a little bit further than hips width apart. And lift your toes up so that the heels are on the ground. Let your knees fall to the right. Take a full inhale to fill the rib cage and exhale fully. And then bring your knees over to the left side with your heels on the mat. Let your legs just fall to the side. Relax your shoulders. Let your breath calm down. And you can bring your knees back up, and with the feet still spread a little further apart towards the edge of your mat, let your knees fall in towards each other, resting on each other. Arms can be beside you on the mat. Let your shoulders relax fully into the mat. And begin to let your body come into rest. Take a deep breath if you'd like, and let your face relax. Let your neck relax. Relax your shoulders after all that good work you did. Relax your spine and your hips. And then if you'd like to extend your legs, you can do so. Relax your leg muscles. Relax your belly. Relax your feet. Feel the floor supporting you from beneath and let your weight fall into it. I'm going to sit up and read you a quote, and then I'll stop the video, but feel free to rest as long as you're able to today. When your world moves too fast and you lose yourself in the chaos, introduce yourself to each color of the sunset. Reacquaint yourself with the earth beneath your feet. Thank the air that surrounds you with every breath that you take. And find yourself in the appreciation of life. Christy Ann Martin. Thank you for practicing with me today. Peace be with you.